Hi everyone, my name is Lucien Fischer. I'm a baritone and I'm an associate artist with the Song Company in 2020. I am based in Melbourne, but currently I'm coming to you from the southwest of Western Australia, where I've decided to be with my family during this health crisis. My first performance with the Song Company was back last year, 2019, and it was the Arvo Passio. We had two performances just in Melbourne, and it was a collaboration between artists of the Song Company and also the choir of Trinity College from the University of Melbourne under their director Chris Watson. It was a fantastic project to be part of. I was lucky actually to have performed it with another local ensemble, the Consort of Melbourne, only weeks before the Song Company performed it. So I had some performances under my belt. I was more familiar with the role, and that helped as far as preparation and as far as nerves when it came to the first rehearsal. I was feeling a bit nervous still, but more excited and was looking forward to being back with some really close friends to sing with. Um, I knew that it would be a really high quality experience. The most obscure gig I've performed would probably have to be a semi-staged version of Philip Glass's opera Akhenaten. What made this particularly quirky was a rather eccentric director, but also the fact that we performed it out just past Castlemaine in country Victoria on a windy and showery and very cold day outdoors. This little sort of natural amphitheatre, which was also the backyard of of this director's house. This is an impossible question for me to answer, as I have too many favorites. But one of the album's recordings that's stood the test of time and has endured my many years of binge listening would be an album called Strigio, Mass in 40 Parts. It's by Ifagiolini, a vocal group from the United Kingdom, and it's directed by Robert Hollingworth. And the music featured is mostly that of the Italian Renaissance composer Alessandro Strigio, and um, it's his music in 40 parts. It's lush polyphony. Um, it features his motet, Ecce Beatem Lucem, which he composed in 40 different parts. There was a mass that was inspired by that, Missa Ecco si beata giorno, and it's thought that Thomas Tallis wrote his 40-part motet Spem in Alium in response to this music by Strigio. The recording is beautiful. It's gorgeous singing, gorgeous instruments, and it actually contains also at the last, as the last track, a performance of Tallis's Spem, which is my favorite. It's a mixture of human voices but also instrumental voices, and it lends a particularly um, varied sort of range of colors throughout the piece. It really enhances the work, I think. Obviously, it's an odd feeling to be quarantined, to be adapting as quickly as we can to a life with far fewer social interactions. Um, but one of the ways I'm managing is to just sort of implement a very basic structure a consistent amount of sleep, the opportunity to be cooking regularly and eating regularly, exercising, and learning to appreciate the smaller things in life. Having a chance to work on some jigsaw puzzles or do some reading, indulge some other interests. I love photography, particularly, so the chance to sort through some photos and spend a bit of time honing my craft in that respect has been a nice silver lining out of this current situation. As far as my singing goes, I've managed to maintain a reasonable routine still. It's obviously moving away from Melbourne recently. I've left behind a pretty handy practice facility, but one can achieve still some productive practice even in a small room. So I've managed to keep on top of it. Generally speaking, it's sometimes difficult to motivate myself, but it will come and go. My next production with the song company was meant to have been the Melbourne performance of Burden of Truth. Obviously, the current situation has meant that those performances have been postponed, but I believe that there are plans afoot to still bring you some of that music in a slightly different format. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be able to share some music with you still in the coming months.